Okay, here we go. Welcome to the Intuition Awareness Q&A. Got a ton of information for you guys today. Welcome to everybody who's joining, and do not worry if you jump in here late. This is being recorded and I will post it in the community for you. So I got everybody covered. Welcome I see from Quebec, Canada. Welcome to you too. All right, here we go. So as I was kind of relaxing into this and wanting to know like what information to bring forth for you guys, it was interesting. They brought me back. I had just recently reread a book that I read like 7 years ago. The author's name is Frederick Dodson, and he's got tons of books. And I'm a voracious reader. And then recently, I was like, why haven't I been reading? And it's interesting. So he's got I really resonate with how he talks about attention and consciousness and intuition. So I'm going to be sharing with you things that I personally use that work for me. Now, keep in mind, I share with you what works for me. You always just take what resonates with you. And what do we do with the rest? Out it goes. You're each unique, and you got to really just see what feels yummy and then go from there. Okay, welcome from North Carolina. I see you. All right, here we go. So first thing I want to talk about is, so consciousness and attention can be expanded to places outside of your immediate field, and it's not limited in time and space. Now, I know the noodle's gonna go, what? And don't worry, all of you, the noodles, I know I was a big noodle person for a long, long, long time. This is really going to help a lot of you. Anybody who says I can't have a hard time getting out of my head, this is really going to help you. So I'm going to repeat that. Consciousness and attention can be expanded to places outside of your immediate field, and it's not limited to time and space. Okay. So to start off, and you guys can do this with me, because when we're talking about intuition or attention or awareness, right? Your current state of being influences that. So you can either be blocking it if you're contracted, and you're not really blocking it because your intuition doesn't go away. What happens is you can't hear it or feel it because you're not in your body. So we're in our head, we're not in our body. So to start out, so first we want to get into a state of ease. So let's do 3 intentional deep breaths, and you can follow it. You can do the mantra in your head or out loud. I do it out loud. Like I said, I got over people thinking I was talking to myself a long time ago, because the truth is I am. Like, don't interrupt me. I'm talking to myself. And when my noodle tries to interrupt me when I'm taking in stuff from my soul, I say, hey, I'm having a conversation with my soul right now. I don't need you to interfere. So, just like really take charge of your energy. Okay, so let's take 3 deep intentional breaths. And I know who I am. You can also use I am becoming the truth of who I really am. So let's take a nice deep breathe. Inhale. I know who I am. And let that go. And let's do another. I'm going to be silent on these next 2. Inhale. And let's do one more. Nice. Okay. This is so important because it grounds you and it pulls you fully into the body. So our bodies receive and translate messages from our soul, but this requires us being fully present in the body, because we want our body, mind, and soul to be harmonious. Now, here's a beautiful trick that I learned. This is from an angelic guide that I've worked with, and she's amazing. Her name's Debbie Johnson. You can help call your soul into your body, and any of you can do this right now. And I'm doing this because I love doing this whenever I feel like I'm not fully in my body. Those days where you're in the washing machine. Please bring my soul fully into my body now, August 8th, 2024. Literally, that's it. Please bring my soul fully into my body now, August 8th, 2024. She says use the date and the year. And like, when you get good at that, you can actually really feel yourself coming into the body. And wiggling your toes and focusing your attention is another way of doing it. So I hope you guys are playing along with this part, because it really is, if you skip this part and you're multitasking or you're on your phone or doing whatever, I love you, but you're then going to say, my intuition's not working. So you can't skip this embodiment part. That is always step one. Are you fully in your body? Right? Because the soul can't give you a message if you're blocking it by keeping your attention elsewhere. Okay. Now, so I'm going to quickly go into different types of attention, and then a lot of us think there's only one type of attention, right? And so this is a great piece that got brought forward for me to share with you guys today. So first type of attention is focused attention. And that's where your awareness and the object are separate from each other. Okay. And so but you're using your sheer will to keep your attention on whatever it is, subject is, or the object is. A great example of this would be like doctors, for example, engineers, lawyers, right? So they have a way of keeping an intense focus. Here's the key: regardless of the enjoyment level, right? So they're able to stay focused and help heal people, help create people, help defend people for sustained long periods of time. But this uses the most amount of energy. It's the most amount of energy that you're expending, right? So when you sustain this for a long period of times, but what happens? You get burned out, right? So there's one type of focused attention where you're separate from the object, okay? But you're using your sheer will to dig in and stay with it. Okay. The second type, and let me know if this resonates with any of you. I already know a few because I can actually feel it. I can feel this is resonating with some of you. Okay. Second type is immersed attention. And this is where your awareness and the object are merged because you enjoy it. And so these are things that you draw to your attention to effortlessly. And I give you two great examples for me: painting and cooking for me. Like I just get in, that's my zone. That's where I get in the zone. And I know, like Justin, I know if you're in here, if you're not in here, I know you're painting. This immersed action, I just got chills, which is them saying reinforce. Okay. When you're in immersed action, immersed attention, this is a daily recommendation. This is when you're following your joy. Okay. This is why we say what brings you joy, to get in touch with your intuition. This is an important step. Okay. So I hope that makes sense so far. Third type of attention is open attention. And this would be a more widened awareness. So say, for example, you go to like a festival or even the farmer's market. Sometimes when I get there, I'm like, ooh, it's shiny object, right? Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. I want that. You start making a list, right? So I have a widened attention because there's all this yumminess around me, but I'm still using a little energy because I'm starting now to make a list of stuff. I want to get that. I want to get that. Okay. But what the whole purpose of mentioning this one is that it's now an expanded attention, right? I'm not just going apple, apple, apple. Okay. And then the fourth type of attention, and this is, welcome to our 5D. This is total attention, where you are not separate from the things you're observing, right? So at the farmer's market or the festival, you're saying, oh, I want to try that. I want to try that. That it's still separate from you as the observer. And then total attention is literally where there's no separation between the observer and the objects and the empty space. This is also known as like 0 point. Okay. And so this is what we are all striving to achieve on a more permanent basis, because we're becoming one with all that is. And this is where, when we expand our energy out, you're in alignment with it. So I hope that this is following. Now, where, I got you covered on the red flags, because I always want to know what doesn't work. Because from what doesn't work is where I gain awareness. This next week's going to help a lot of us. I just even writing it, I just feel like a sense of relief. So when we have rigid focus, okay, rigid focus means that you're on attention overload, right? So energetically, you're not allowing yourself to relax. And like, so for example, if anybody right now is scribbling notes while I'm talking, going, oh my gosh, what did she just say? Slow down. Oh no, 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 right? That's that rigid focus. We have the ability to sit back and passively listen from a state of calmness versus like you're staring at the screen really hard. That's energy, right? And and this is not picking on anyone. I absolutely have had to work in this area probably more than any other area when it comes to attention. Why? Because for me, I had trauma as a child that triggered this. It's a survival response. And it became like, if I don't pay attention, like the fight or flight, if I don't pay attention for a second, I could end up dead here. And for me, that was a 24/7 thing until I was out and on my own. And then slept like a bear, and I still do. So it's really interesting how traumas affect how we give our attention to things. Okay. So for anybody that's your go-to is, and I know, and what were we taught in separation in the 3D? Oh no, stay focused on that for 8 hours. No, it's not real. You can't be, I shouldn't say you can't be, you can be in a joyful focus, but where you are deliberately trying to focus on something for that long, you need to allow yourself just space and expansion. So I hope this is landing with some of you. And then being aware that if you did experience trauma, that you, right, I saw someone wrote, yeah, you have that hypervigilance because it's like, uh-oh, what's next? What's next? And so I'm going to do an exercise to see if you can maintain a soft focus while enduring negative comments and energy during the workshop. And I can't do it here. We just don't have the bandwidth, and I need to be able to talk to you guys back and forth. But there are ways that you can strengthen this part of you so that as if you're feeling dense energy around you, can you still maintain a soft focus and really stay in that 0 point in your heart while it's going on? Because when we're able to stay in that zone, right, and be calm, you're now allowing that creative energy to come in. All right. Now, let's see. Oh my gosh, welcome. I love it. Holy cow, also known as an angel. Well, we love angels. Welcome. Thanks for being here. So, okay. So again, what is your energy like? Are you feeling contracted or are you relaxed with a calm focus? This is how you're preparing yourself to strengthen your intuition. Now, here's a good one. If you keep experiencing people doubting you, I know a lot of us awakened and we were the only one in our area, probably in your zip code, some for your whole state. I get it initially, right? So you may have experienced people doubting you, questioning you, mocking you. I had one of my dearest friends say to me, are you qualified to do this stuff? The answer is yes, and we all are. Whatever our mojo is, we're uniquely qualified. We came here to bring forward our gift. So, but here's a part I didn't know at the time. I did know how to handle it because I understood where she's at in her journey, okay? But if you are now in this part of your journey with me, you're here on the love train, you're staying in light and love, but you're still struggling with people around you not accepting you, doubting you, questioning you, or mocking you. Here's why. Deep down inside, you have not made a definite decision. And once you decide deeply that other people's opinion of you are absolutely none of your business, but more importantly, what you're bringing forward matters on a large scale, is so much more important than what one or two or three few people around you care, that once you decide deeply, then no one and nothing can stop you, and those comments do cease. So for those of you, and I know there was one of you who I think just recently took the most recent workshop, was dealing with this, just absolute. There's quite a few of you who've reached out to me with this, where how come the people around me don't know? Like, why don't they want to hear what I have to say? Or why are they mocking me? Why are they saying, joined a cult? Listen, I've heard it all. You joined a cult, you went batshit boo-boo, what, heard it all. But there was a point where I just went, wait a minute. I want to see a fully awakened planet. And I was given this gift to get it out there. So here I am getting it out there. So I hope that this is resonating with some of you, because your bigger mission, your bigger perspective is so much more important. And the way I look at it is this is this gift benefiting more than just me? It's an astounding yes. So like for me being here now, I lose track of space and time and everything, because this truly does fulfill me. Interacting with you guys does bring me joy. So I don't go, oh, I got to go on the YouTube channel today. No, if you see me, it's because I'm in a complete state of love for this, and so excited that we keep gaining momentum and more people are awakening, and we're all on this together. And that if there's anything that I experience that can help you guys, man, I can't wait to get in here. So do you see the difference in that, the energetic around it? So, you know, let's see, somebody said, I give hints and then back off. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Can I tell you, I'm glad you brought this up. Here was one of the hardest things. And again, oh boy, did I take a long time to let this one sink in. So you can't convince them. They're literally listening to a different station. They're totally listening to a different station. So we can jump up and down and turn blue in the face. And we often do several times before we go, oh, okay, they like literally can't perceive it just from where they're at in their journey. And that's okay. But that does not mean you can't inspire them. You're there. You can still bring light where there's dense energy. You can still bring light. And here's another one that we often forget about. Many of you, your souls made an agreement to help each other awaken. So they might just be there poking at you to make sure you stay on the love train, right? And they're going to awaken in their own space and time. Okay. It's always perfect for wherever you're at. Yeah, no, it's true. Like other people's opinions are none of our business. All it's doing is derailing you and getting you off the love train. And all of a sudden you've gone to visit the struggle bus and you're like, God, this place sucks. Why am I here? And the bigger part of that is that you're denying yourself love in the moment. Okay. So all you need to do is love them and say, I love them exactly where they're at. And maybe they're here to keep me on track. And what's the best thing we can do? Keep releasing this dense energy. And this, oh my God, this Lion's Gate is just fabulous energy. This is where we have access to even higher realms, and it's like a clear path. So this is where the timing of this, talking about intuition, is perfect, because the more you can rely on this and start to trust yourself and remember the truth of who you are in this, the more open you are to manifestation during this time. Okay, so let's see. Oh, welcome from Europe. We have several Europeans joining us today. Thank you. I know it's evening there for you guys. And welcome from Chino Valley, Arizona. All right. Oh, Crystalline Coast, North Carolina. I love the name. Okay, so I hope those pieces on attention, right? And then how are we reacting or responding? Can we stay neutral around those who, in other words, stop, we don't need to be credible. We don't need an endorsement. We don't need to be credible. You just need to feel it and know it's your truth and start speaking it. But here's what you do. You follow your energy and you find a place where there is someone waiting to hear what you said. And like so many of you, I've been enjoying interacting with you so much because I can already see little pieces of the puzzle where there's synergies and there's collaboration opportunities. And that's how our community will grow and expand. You guys are going to get into your intuition and start going, oh, I have a message. Great. I have a channel. Let's put it out here. Okay. So, we really want to, this stuff is so important, and it just can help. It changes your experience. And so, okay, so enough fun. Does anybody have any questions on the awareness? Did any of that resonate about like with the rigid thinking that comes from trauma? So let me know in the comments if that was you. And for me, just hearing that like just set me free from it. It really did, because when you gain awareness, right, you get off the gerbil wheel. All right, now let's talk about intuition, shall we? Now that you know, but that preparation, how do you focus your attention, is critical. Now, so I want to hear from those of you who are here right now. How many of you think that you're not feeling your intuition, or that you're quote unquote bad at it, or just feel like you're not able to receive intuition? I'm just curious. Okay. So remember that, so the attention part is critical. So because intuition is your body's translation of messages from your soul, and this is where the body's a vehicle. Okay, the body's a vessel. Remember, I've been saying, right? Love the body, tell it it's doing a great job. And right now we're going to do a couple of live things. I'm going to do it with you guys. You can each do these. They're super easy. And I'm going to show you how present your intuition is within you. All right. So first, I'm going to have you go back again, because the reason I'm going back to the breath is I just touched on some stuff that may have triggered some, right? I talked about trauma that can bring you into, so I want to go back in, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the 3 deep breaths and just do it quietly. I'm not going to say anything, but I'll guide you through the breaths. I recommend putting your hand on your heart, because you're now directing the energy center. This is where the answer is going to come from. Very important. And I want you all to go with the very first thing you hear. And now you'll hear it. You'll hear something. And then I'll talk about, if those of you who don't hear anything, that means something too. So, but we're going to do 3 deep breaths. Keep your hand on your heart, and then just go with the first thing you hear. It'll likely be a short phrase. Okay, so let's do this. So we're going to do 3 deep breaths. Let's take a nice inhale. Now, the way I focus my breath in when I say a deep intentional breath is I breathe into my belly, and then I picture the energy going to my ribs, and then I picture the energy coming all the way up to my shoulders. So when like really, really picture that energy going down to your belly first and then up. Here we go. Nice breath in. And release. Again, we're going to go into the belly, up to the ribs, and to the shoulders. Nice breath in. And release. Let's do one more. Nice breath in. And release. Now ask yourself, what is it I need to hear today? What is it I need to hear today? Okay. Who got answers? It should be short. If you got into the noodle, that wasn't it. Let me know what you my guides are apparently cheering me on. I got a you go girl today. So let me know in the comments what you got from that. And I'm going to roll into another way that we can using muscle testing in the, oh, I love it. Robin got oneness. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, Lynn. Oh, I love that, Lynn. See? So our soul knows what our physical body and our mind needs to hear. Lynn, this is amazing. You are A-okay. You are loved. That's very common. Stay in love. I love it. Okay, Paula, nothing. Great. Nothing is something. I'll tell you in a second. Love everything. Love. You are love. You are whole. You are complete. Beautiful. This is how your soul talks to you. So when you first start working on your intuition, these are the messages you get. And now sometimes the noodle goes, oh, I don't know, though. Someone yesterday told me I wasn't lovely, right? So I love these. Oh, I love expand the heart, love, one love. Beautiful. I'm not surprised on the love train that we're hearing a lot of one love because our collective energy really feels like one love. It really always does. So I love it that you guys are getting it. Positive. So great. Oh, I love it. Stacy got girl, you are doing amazing. Yes. Stacy, I think yours are hanging out with mine. I am enough. Yes. Beautiful. So see, so you can do this multiple times a day. And this is where what'll happen is you'll start to trust it. Intuition sometimes comes out almost like a blurt. Like, did you ever like say something and go, oh, that really helped that person? And like, I don't know where that came from. So it can come in, suddenly in a little spurt like that. All right. But it's always that your body's the vehicle. And when you go into your heart, excuse me, like that, when you go see energy comes out, when you go into your heart like that, you're wide open for that to drop right in. So awesome. Thank you guys for sharing your responses. So here is another way that the body knows, your body always knows the truth. Body doesn't like a lie, and it actually, and this has been tested scientifically, it gets weaker. It gets weaker when there's a lie versus the truth. There's things like where you interlock your fingers, and if there's a lie, they'll just pull apart. But if it's true, they'll stay together. But I want to do another exercise with you guys. I love this one. Just to show you that you can get answers. You can get answers now where you're at. So let me see. Oh, yes. Jeff says your comment on a short response is helpful. Oh, I love it. See, he got to stay cool with the boss. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So cool. Shine your light. Shine your light. Even if his light's a little flickery or dim. Okay. So great share. Thank you. Okay, for those. So when you get nothing, Paula, the inquiry was, what do you need to hear today? When you get nothing, that just means that you're in alignment right now with your soul. Now, if that doesn't feel right, if that doesn't feel like your truth right now, you can practice this with one of our yes or no questions we're going to do right now. But typically that's what it means. It just means that you're in alignment. You don't need to hear anything right now, that you're in alignment. So that's what was being picked up on in your field. Oh, I love these messages. So great. I'm flowing through the waters of space and time. Woohoo! Yay! Finally, those waters are way more fun. Okay, so let's do another one. This one's cool. It's going to require you to stand up. I'm not going to stand up because I've done this one many, many times, but I'm going to guide you guys through it. So what we're going to do with this one is you're going to stand up, and this is muscle testing, and I want to show you how you can get yes or no answers from your body, which is from your soul. This is from your higher self. So the first thing you want to do is tell your body to show me a yes. Show me a yes. Okay. So you're going to stand up, and whatever your first name is, say, just stand with your hands relaxed. My name is, and fill in your name there. And I want you to let me know in the comments if you're swaying in one direction or the other. Kristen was doing it yesterday. Right on. I love it. So let me know on show me a yes with my name is, if you're swaying in any direction. And then we're gonna do another, show me another yes. I live in, and say the name of your city. And you're doing this is kind of like calibrating your yes, your truth. What is true for me? So for me, when I do this, and it can be different, some of you it'll be different, so you don't have to copy mine. But for me, when I do this, my yes, Kristen, forward, same here. My yes is, see, and Robin, yes is backwards. See? So it's different. You got to ask your body determines. Now we're going to do show me a no. So now let's do show me a no. So if you're going back and forth, that might be just a strong forward, believe it or not. Because you can usually feel what direction it's pushing you in. It feels almost like a push. So great. All right. So you guys have established your yes. Now let's do show me a no. And for show me a no, we're going to do absolute lie. I always say I live on the moon. And see which direction you're swaying in now. And it's usually the opposite. Okay, so you can use this for yes or no questions. So you and you can't get too detailed with this. So like, don't ask it something long and detailed. Stick with yes or no, because this is, again, getting you to get comfortable in allowing these messages to come through your body. Okay. Another big part of this is that how many have done, if anybody, I find that people have done some past lives regressions, can get stuck with their intuition, not really stuck, but they get a belief system around it, because some people heard that, they were in the Salem witch trials or whatever, or that it was bad to be spiritual. So here's what I want to say about that. First of all, as part of this ascension process and all this purging we're going on, we're reconciling all past existences. It's all being reconciled, all being made whole. So you can let go of that and know, and some of that stuff is you're better off not knowing. I did one time and I was like, okay, that's enough. I don't need to know what every single incarnation was, because I'm here to clear it all and I'm being fully supported. So my focus is on what do I want to create? Okay. So if you did have some, any preconceived ideas about intuition, this is really, really important piece of the puzzle too. So our intuition is not a supernatural power. It's quite the opposite. It's natural. It is natural. We actually have, I'm being told, more than six that we're aware of in the human body. We have 6 senses, and the 6th being intuition. But honestly, it should be number 1. It should be number 1. Why? It's the truth. Our eyes can lie to us. Our ears can lie to us, right? Your intuition cannot lie, because your body will not hold a lie. So start to really embrace this concept that your intuition is totally normal. And now, as part of embodying our souls and being present in the body, we're able to hear it now. We're able to feel it now. So I hope that helps. Oh, if Tammy, don't worry if you're wobbly. So just sometimes when we're looking for a result, we get anxious. You could try it again when you're like really relaxed. When you first wake up, this is a great time to do it. The more you've done today, I have to say, the more tired you are, remember, it could be a little tougher to direct your energy. So always treat yourself with love, self-care and love, and you'll get there. So okay, so we talked about how it's very natural, but your perspective around intuition can affect the results, all right? And recognizing if you're in the noodle or not, and just, in other words, having a calm approach to it and not relying on it yet for everything. Don't go, okay, so I know how to get a yes. Play with it, make it fun and easy. So like open the refrigerator and go, okay, is it in my best and highest good to eat that or that? And then name the object and see if you get a yes or a no. I did this a lot when I was practicing intuitive eating in the beginning. I did the body testing, and I have to tell you, and it worked every time. It was really cool, but I didn't rely on it. And what happens is this is how you build the skill. So now in the workshop that I'm doing, I'm going to do a bunch of practical exercises to help increase this intuitive awareness. So going like a step further from just the body testing and just knowing like how do we get answers? How do we find lost objects? All kinds of stuff like that is the stuff I'm going to get into. So in like one exercise, for example, is going back and forth on a subject between what do you know about it and what do you not know about it. So you can do this, when you're trying to perceive a solution, and that without going into the noodle, right? Without only relying on the history files. But what it does is, because you're given the noodle a little juice, then going to the part we don't know. So you have to say, for example, you have two columns. One is the I know and one is the I don't know. So you first list something you know about the subject and then list a part you don't know. But then you go back to the noodle. What else do we know? And then you go back to the unknown. So you're jumping back and forth to create a balance between the noodle and the unknown. And the reason we do this is because the mind is mechanical, and it's going to automatically associate only things from your history files. That's the only thing the noodle can come from. It's a gerbil wheel, remember. So the mind will automatically associate a bunch of things. Like if I said to you guys right now, Michael Jordan, everybody sees a basketball, right? But if I say, Michael Jordan, peaches, you're going to go, what? Does he live in Atlanta? Does he see how good the brain was to him? Does he like peaches? What? So this is how we get out of that trying to you don't use your mind with your intuition. It's coming from infinite intelligence. And so we have to get the mind into unfixed state. And that's where the creativity and the infinite intelligence can grow. Hi, Tina. Yes, it's absolutely going to be available afterwards, so you can see the whole thing. These are the type of exercises we're going to do, because I know that particularly when you're studying it, right, we can have that rigid attention. And I mean, believe me, I've read tons of books on intuition, and different practitioners have different processes. But for me, I knew my biggest obstacle was rigid thinking, because I was a problem solver and thought multitasking was good. And so then what happens is my noodle wants to get involved in the conversation. So I was like, how do I shush this guy? How do I shush it and stay in my space? So, it's very important to recognize when you're present. Am I present? If you're in your head, right, you're not being present. So that is where you can do that. You do the 3 deep breaths. You're fully in your body. Call in. I call myself fully into my body on this date. Give the year. and really feel it, wiggle your toes and make sure you're really in your body. When you're in your body, fully in your body, you cannot be in your head. So when you're being fully present, you're not in the now. To pull your intuition in, you must be fully present. And then right before I wrap, and I will put in the link. So the guidance on when this workshop is happening, they gave me Saturday. I was going to put it into next week. No, and my guess is that they want it to happen in the Lionsgate energy for people that want to expand. We're going to talk about in their intuitive manifesting as well. I'm going to cover, and we're going to have some specific exercises, and I'll give you guys some references for some of the books too, if you want those. So the guidance was to do this intuitive awareness workshop Saturday, day after tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific time. It will be recorded, and everybody will get the recording as well. And I'll drop all the information in the description below. So it's going to be 49 energetic exchange of $49. Only do it if you feel, yes, I need to dig deeper on this. I want to do these exercises. I want to know more about it. I do want to also cover one other area, spirit guides, because someone asked a great question about how do you start, like, how do you connect with your guides? So, and this frustrated me for such a long time. But then when I looked back, I realized all these moments where, oh my gosh, the angels were with me there. Oh, they were with me there too. And so when you start doing this, I approach it as I would start and nurture any relationship. So in the morning, when I wake up, I immediately go, hi, everyone. Sometimes I'll feel a presence. The angels, like Archangel Michael comes in as a blue energy. And I also get Archangel Gabriel a lot because he's the communicator. And it's cool. And he's like purple for me. And I'll just get an essence, and I'll call them out, but in general, you can just say, hi, good morning, everyone. What do I need to know today? What do you need me to know today? Right when you wake up. Very, very, very important. Anybody that's trying to manifest, anybody who's trying to talk to your guides, anybody who's trying to have intuition, own your morning when the eyes open. If you are grabbing your cell phone or, whatever habit you're in, number one, greet your guides. Greet your guides and say, what do I need to know? Because I tell you, in that twilight relaxed thing, it can pour in. And resist that urge. Take those few minutes for yourself and set your intention for the day. And I get it. Some of you, yeah, if you have to use the restroom, go do it. It's okay. You can still stay in that zone. You can have a sip of water. If you have a pet, some of you I know have pets, and you got to get up and go. You can still do this. Take those. It only takes a couple of minutes. And then if you have to go on a task like taking dogs out for a walk or doing whatever, then come back in and get present in your body. When we first wake up, let me tell you, a lot of stuff happens at night. You're being healed. You're out of your body most of the time, going around learning things, pulling in wisdom, all kinds of stuff's going on. Last night, my guides were busy. And at night, I tell them, okay, max. Now, don't do this unless you want it. I tell them max it out, because sometimes they'll do that and I'm dragging the next day because they did a lot of work. Like last night, I slept really strong, but I knew I remembered having conversations with my guides, just not specifically what they were. And I know that if I wake up and don't remember the conversations, it wasn't anything I needed yet. Okay. So this is very, very, very important. So just start having, when I'm about to go out the door, I ask the angels, I'm like, come on, we're going for a walk. Like literally, if you don't have to say it out loud, remember, or consciousness focused into a body. So if you're able to create the thought, you got the hotline. You have the hotline to your spirit guides. So you could just say, okay, bringing my guides with me on a walk. Tammy, love to know more on how to see auras. Okay. So this is another one that can be commonly misunderstood. Sometimes it's a sense more than you seeing. I see energy occasionally if I focus, but more so I get an essence, it's a sense. But practice by seeing your own. So you can try this by doing a body scan, right? So just say, focus on your foot, focus on the right foot, focus on the left foot, and scan up your body and see what areas feel light. Where do you have some density? And then you can say, okay, I wonder what that could be. You can have a curiosity around it and see if your guides bring you any information. But as you continue scanning, go all the way up to your head and then say, now I would like to scan my own energy field. So you can really, and when you can scan your own energy field, you can, you actually can perceive, like you, you actually go beyond the aura. Our perception of each other's energy is increasing like mad during this ascension. So I hope that helps. All right. So I will put the details for those of you who want to join on Saturday. I know a couple of you have already reached up. I'll have a link in there. The energy exchange is $49. If you only do it if you got a yes. I saw it, like if you're swinging forward or backward or whatever your yes is, then we'd love to see you there. And you can bring any energies, bring any energies. Your energy is going to be love. I already know that. But any questions, and it can be, anything around this ascension process. And we're going to get into really digging in deeper on this, on awareness, attention, and also communicating with our guides and really, really playing with our intuition and showing you how you can use it now, and increase it. And so the last thing I'm going to say today, being this AAA portal, is really, really focus your attention on, what do I want to create? What do I want to create in this now moment? And it's easy, like go for ease, go for peace, go for joy, and then celebrate today. Celebrate today. Celebrate this Lionsgate energy and do something for you, whatever that looks like. It can be a small celebration, it can be a big celebration, but really, because what you're doing is you are glowing from the inside out, you're glowing your ass up so big, and that is just radiating out beyond our planet. And we're supporting all of those who are just coming online to join the party. So I love you guys so, so much. Thank you for being here today. And I'll see some of you on Saturday. Ciao.